For Sunday in San Francisco, Warriors trying to even up the series. They got Draymond back off the suspension. Got a standing ovation as he comes into the game, and he was on his best behavior for 1 minute. Got teed up a minute into his return for jawing with De'Aaron Fox. But he also gave the Warriors 12 points and 10 rebounds and 7 assists in 31 minutes. What a spark he was. Came off the bench, said he floated the idea to Steve Kerr. Later in the first, throws it down. And then, fourth quarter, Steph Drano on the three. Off the assist from Green, the Warriors led by 5. Fourth quarter, 1-point lead. Guess who's there to strip Domantas Sabonis? Draymond. Later, Harrison Barnes affected at the rim by Green. And then the block by Draymond. He held Sacramento to 5 of 15 shooting as a primary defender in the second half. Warriors up 1, 10 seconds to go. Draymond's going to help Steph out. Double team De'Aaron Fox. Harrison Barnes back iron. A shot that would have won it. Here's what Green had to say on that last shot by Barnes.
We know Fox can make a shot. He won Clutch Player of the Year. So what I'm not doing is giving him an ISO with anyone.
Thus the double team, and thus Barnes having to take that last shot, and Golden State escaping with the 1-point win. Here's Jalen.
The series is now tied 2-2 as the Golden State Warriors win on their home floor. And as a fan, I'm just happily exhausted by watching that game. Great shot making, in particular by Steph Curry, who not only was catching and shooting, playing off the dribble, but doing a great job of relocating. Klay Thompson also timely buckets when his team needed most. But in the fourth quarter, it was all about the defense, in particular of Draymond Green, getting steals, getting blocks, playing position defense, anchoring that side of the basketball. But also for the Kings, this is the one that got away. So many possessions in the fourth quarter, either shooting the ball too quick in the shot clock or turning the basketball over at inopportune times, and allowed the Golden State Warriors, who had a couple of mental blunders, in particular Steph Curry calling a timeout when the team didn't have one, and also taking a shot with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, not running the shot clock down, which led to Harrison Barnes having an opportunity to win the game, and he missed the shot. The Kings go back home, but the series is tied.
Yeah, and Jay mentioned it. Steph is up to 126 points this postseason. That's tied for the third most ever by a player 35 years or older through a team's first 4 postseason games. The only players with more, Jordan in 98, Kareem in 83. Steph's 126 through 4 games, his most since 2015.
No one cared who I was until I put on the mask. Bane or Jalen Brown, I really don't see the difference, Kevin. He was starting the game with the mask on. Remember, he broke his face earlier in the season. He had off to a rough start. Driving to the basket, that's blocked by Murray. How about the step back 3? Hand in my face, that's off the mark. All right, that's all right. How about in transition? How's the transition game? Blocked by Hunter. He's much bigger. Brown started 1 for 7 from the field. Most would ask for a mulligan. How about chase the mask off? Marcus Smart, what'd you think about the mask?
I was actually on the bench, and then after the timeout, we were looking for Jalen. Couldn't find him because he didn't have his mask on, and then I was like, where's he at? Like,
all right, so let's see him maskless, pulling up from 3. Oh, yeah, I like this version of Jalen Brown much better. Boston shot 40% from 3. How about taking it inside like the street lights were on? City boy, city boy. Celtics up 9. How about the Euro step, bringing trouble inside? Where does he probably wears black Air Forces on the streets, too. Bucket and the foul later on. Celtics were plus 12 in the weight room, taking the contact, laying it home. Fourth quarter, Celtics still leading from the corner. Got it. Shot 12 of 22. Lit Atlanta up in the second half. Grown man slam there. Finished with 31 points. A gutsy performance with the mask, 1 for 7. Without the mask, 11 of 15, 29 points. You should do that all the time.
Was ejected from last night's game between the Grizzlies and the Lakers because he has been labeled a villain, not because he actually swung at LeBron's no-man land. And obviously, he should blame the media for that, as well as the fans. He was given a flagrant 2 and tossed, but the league says there will be no additional penalty. We didn't get comment from Brooks last night, but we are getting it now.
I've been dealing with this 2 years now. It is what it is. The fans could talk whatever they want to. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm gonna keep playing my game and get better and better each and every day, and as long as my career goes.
When you say you've been dealing with this for the past few years, what is this? What do you mean by that?
The media making me a villain, the fans making me a villain, and then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nuts. I'm playing basketball, I'm a basketball player. So if I intended, and that's whatever is in the flagrant 2 category of having a flagrant 2, and you think I did that, that means you think I'm that type of person. And that's why I don't rate Mark Taylor at all.
There's so much I want to laugh at.
Oh, we're just going ahead.
We're going to go ahead. As for the Bucks' impact on his team, Memphis's defensive efficiency is nearly 7 points better with Brooks off the court. They force more turnovers, and they hold the Lakers to a worse shooting percentage when he doesn't play.
Sunday for Cavs-Knicks Game 4. Josh Hart got the start for Quentin Grimes, out with a shoulder injury. In transition, Hart finishing. And I mean, how many ways does Jalen Brunson impact the game? All these years, the Knicks have been thirsting for a star in his prime. They have one as Brunson. As valuable as literally just about everyone in the league. Don't at me. By the way, Greg is a nurse. Knicks led 54-45 at the break. The backcourt of Brunson and Hart really outplaying Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. But Garland would get things going in the third. Top 10 in the NBA assists this season. So clever with the rock, finding Evan Mobley. Later, step back, you don't know me like that. Tying this one at 59. Midway through the third. Here's Garland blowing right by Brunson. All the way to the cup. And one. Garland joining LeBron as the only Cavs player to go for 10 points and 5 dimes in a quarter in a playoff game since the 96-97 season. Closing seconds of the third. Brunson was 5 of 9 from deep. The rest of the Knicks 3 of 20 from behind the arc in this game. Knicks up 2. R.J. Barrett took over in the fourth. Been a totally different player these last 2 games. 22.5 points over games 3 and 4. Up 12 points from what he did in the first 2 games of the series. 7 minutes to go. Brunson with Garland guarding him. He joined Dick Barnett in becoming the only Knicks to go for 20-plus points in each of the first 4 playoff games he played with the franchise. Later, Mitchell off the mark. Hart, how many big rebounds did he grab? Offensively especially, and then he goes all the way to put it up and in. 2.5 minutes to go. Barrett double teamed. Shot clock winding down. Look at Hart beat the buzzer. Knicks beginning to pull away. They shut down Donovan Mitchell in the second half, held him to 2 points, 1 of 9 from the field in the second half. John Starks, Spike, and the rest of Madison Square Garden celebrating a big win. Brunson and the Knicks grab a commanding lead.
It's not over. Not even close to being over. We gotta continue to just keep focusing on one day at a time. And there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to be truly happy about. So obviously, we won tonight. We're one step closer, but we gotta continue to have that same mindset mentality, and that we have over the past couple of games.
You learn when it'll hurt the most, and we've been talking about our success, going as quickly as we learn from our mistakes. And in these 3 games, we haven't learned quickly enough, and they've made us pay.
Do you still believe? And if so, why?
Because I believe in myself and I believe in this group. We believe in each other. For you to give up, if you give up 3-1, you're not built for these moments. At the end of the day, like I said, I've had probably the second or third worst playoff game of my career. I didn't show up for my guys. Ultimately.